tell me about this and that. Tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag. I'm about to get in it. I'm like, better get a habit. You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it. Notice y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace. I just want to know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience.
You gotta double team him.
Broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months saying I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland.
They got some speed, though. They got some speed now. That's all you need.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what
The Packers are always not like that.
M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. Today it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Devontae Adams slow.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
Mahomes the best. Mahomes the best on the run. You tripping?
Rivers now to throw on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Yeah, he sound like a. You feel me?
They'll run for the first time with
He sound like a. You feel me?
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
At the 20-yard.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On third down, Rivers. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really... their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for the Ravens. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun, Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to all game long.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Bullet good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7. Browns nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over first down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
A loss of 6.
He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
They were the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Ross with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives are impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So they don't got Tyrann Mathieu. 90.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It is. With the offense they got? What are you talking about?
15 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
No, they do not have a really good offense. Their offense is not really good.
Maybe a little bit outside of the box.
No.
Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you.
What does that mean?
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First down, Brown.
We're not talking about the defense. The Chiefs' offense is killing their defense anyways.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman.
The only advantage is the DN, because that's it.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
That's the only difference. But you have Mahomes, the best QB in the game. You got the best QB in the game. You got the fastest receivers in the game. You got the fastest receiver in the game. You got Travis Kelce.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and the 34. They run. Devontae Freeman. And a short gain down to about the 33. Ball carrier. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 14, Browns nothing.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man, it's caught for a